Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Backwoods Logic, and today we're going to mutilate some more of Walmart stock pots. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to attempt to make my own water purification system for my cabin. Anybody that's been following my channel now knows that I'll be selling off my homestead and living between my two off-grid cabins. At my New Hampshire cabin, I'll be getting my water from an old well that was hand-dug by settlers back in the 1700s. I used to drink the water out of that straight from the well when I was a kid, but I want to play it safe and run it through a purification system. Now, I've been looking online, and the system that came the most recommended was the Berkey filtration system. That, as well as others, were basically nothing more than one pot stacked on top of another. The upper pot would contain the filters. The water would bleed through the filters down into the lower pot, and you would dispense it with a spigot. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and try and save a few bucks. Those systems are running around $250. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and mutilate a couple more Walmart pots and see if I can make my own. And you can follow along, and we'll see if we can make something out of this. I got two stainless steel pots. I got the Berkey replacement filters. I'm going to install the same filters that they have in the $250 system and see if we can make something out of this. So here we go. Now I've got a pair of these 16-quart Walmart stock pots. Go ahead and get the labels taken off of them here. Now these covers here, they rise up in the center here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my snips and cut this right out, so the top pot can just fit on a little shelf here. Now I'm just going to take this high-tech stencil device here, and I'm going to go ahead and trace out that pot right around that raised radius. I'll drill a hole so I can get my snips in, and then I'm going to cut that right out of there. Now, for any of you that didn't see the video I put out on making a rocket stove, and you're trying to cut this with a pair of snips and having a difficult time, chances are you have the wrong snips. The snips come color-coded. The red handle ones will cut in a counterclockwise position. The green handle ones cut in a clockwise position. Me being right-handed, I need to cut in the counterclockwise position, so I will use the red-handed ones that have the jaw curved in the right direction. Trying to cut in the other direction is almost impossible, and trying to cut a good clean radius like this with the yellow-handled pair that have the straight jaws is very, very difficult as well. Now these have all these little jagged edges here. I'm going to take a file and file all the sharp little burrs off of there. Okay, here I have a pair of the black Berkey replacement filters. These are the same filters that you get in the original Berkey filtration system. I bought the pair of filters for $107, free shipping on eBay. Now again, these are the original Berkey filters here. So here in the box, we have two of these black Berkey filters. They come with the nut and a rubber washer. So I'm going to drill two holes in the bottom of the pot, just a little bit larger than that thread. Okay, now I have my two holes drilled in the bottom of the pot. I did mine 4 inches on center, but I don't think it really matters much. And I made sure that there is no little burr sticking up on either side. Everything feels nice. I'm going to go ahead and insert the filter now. filter, but I'm keeping that rubber washer right there. Tighten it down. So now on the inside I have my two Berkey filters. The little stubs stick down, so you don't want to go and forget and set it down like that and break these off. I'm going to lay that on its side. Move on to the next step. So basically the way this works is that just sits on there, and then the pot with the filters sits on top. Now for convenience purpose, I'm going to put some double-sided tape on here. That way, when I sit my top vessel on top of it, this will stick right to it, and I don't have to worry about this extra little piece on here. Now with all the lows on there, I'm just going to remove this plastic backing. And the tape is sticky on both sides. Okay, now that I have the tape all the way around the perimeter like that, I'm going to take my top pot that's got the two filters in it, and I want to center this the best I can. Press it down. And now that's stuck on there, and I don't have to mess with it. Nice. Now, that was a very simple project to put together. Took no time at all. It doesn't matter what you use for pails. You can use plastic buckets if you want to. If you do, I would highly suggest you get the ones that are BPA free. The white pails you can get at Tractor Supply are food grade BPA free. But when working with my drinking water, I prefer to store it in stainless steel, because even the BPA free pails, like those Igloo water jugs with the little spigot, if the water is stored in there, it will often start to taste like plastic, and I really don't like that for my drinking water. These Berkey filters here filter out 99.9999% of contaminants. And you can't argue with that. During trouble times, this would be a lifesaver for your family. We can go quite a while without food, but we don't live very long without water, and drinking contaminated water can put you in the grave pretty quick. During a shit hits the fan situation, bottled water will become awful hard to find. And these Berkey filters here, this little investment, the $107 that I paid for the filters and the two pots at Walmart, I'll tell you, it'll pay for itself in a hurry. If I remember correctly, I think these filters are good for 3,000 gallons, something like 3,000 to 5,000 gallons of water. Well, I think that'll pay for itself in a hurry. And just to be able to have this at home, be able to filter your water, provide good clean drinking water for your family. I've seen some other guys online take gross swamp water, put it through the filters, and then drink it. These filters work so good that it'll even remove the food coloring out of water. So that's pretty impressive. So like I say, being able to make sure your family has good, clean, safe drinking water during troubled times, well, that's just good backwoods logic. Yes. Now I bought the Berkey replacement spigot. I just need to get a larger drill bit, and when I do, I'm going to insert it right there at the bottom of the pot. But the pot can be used without the spigot. You just dump the contents of this lower vessel into another container, which I'm going to be keeping it in the refrigerator anyway. Okay, as you can see here, very, very simple to build your own water purifier. It just took really just a few minutes. I drilled 2 holes and I cut a radius out of one of the lids. And now I have a perfectly working water purifier. The way that it works, this upper vessel has the 2 purifying elements in it. You fill it with water, the water bleeds through the filters, and what you have in the bottom vessel is nice clean water to drink. My water here at the homestead is very, very hard. Every time I boil something, I have like a white film maybe limestone or something like that on my pots. So I'm going to go ahead and to have a little experiment and compare the two and see if I have any residue left over, which I doubt very highly that I will. Now here's some water that I just removed from the system I made. Okay, I've been letting that boil for 4 or 5 minutes there. And so far, I don't see any residue whatsoever in that pot. Okay, I don't see any residue in that pot. I'm going to go ahead and put in some tap water and boil that. Okay, here I have the tap water boiling, and you can see there's a sediment ring forming right at the surface of the water there. Now, you see how cloudy the glass is? The sediment ring and the film residue? That's just from boiling the same amount of tap water. And when I boiled the filtered water, I had none of that. What a difference, huh? What a difference. What an eye-opener that is, huh? I'm not sorry I built that thing. Huh? How much of that crap have I ingested in the 10 years that I've lived here? Unbelievable. Well, that project went together simple and quick, just the way I like it. And now my drinking water is purified to 99.9999%, and I'm loving it. That was awesome. I'm really glad I built that. Now, before I close this video, there's a few things I want to mention. First off, I recently built a Facebook page for my channel titled Boss of the Swamp. So if you could go on over there and give it a like, I'd really appreciate it. I have a lot of photos on there. I'm going to be updating with photos as our adventures unfold. And there's a Frankie album with lots and lots of pictures of Frankie for all the Frankie fans. Now, I mentioned in a previous video how a lot of folks leave really nice comments or ask questions. When I go to respond, there's no reply tab visible. If you leave me comments or questions and you don't hear back from me, please give me the benefit of the doubt. I don't blow anybody off. My subscribers mean a lot to me, and I really enjoy my correspondence with you all. Maybe there's something in your personal settings, your privacy settings that needs to be changed so I can respond to you. But I've been getting a lot of folks lately, some newcomers to my channel. They leave me dozens of comments. I even try and send them a private message, and we just cannot connect somehow. So if you're not hearing from me, please look into it. Maybe there's something that can be changed so I can respond to you. Also, over the last couple of years, I've had quite a few folks ask where they could send a monetary donation. Now, I really appreciate all the generous offers. I see a lot of channels that have donations buttons, say help support my channel, send me money, things like that. I'm really not into that. If folks want to send a little tidbit for the cabin, a different beer for me to try, a toy for Frankie, something like that, I really appreciate stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun. But monetary donations are just not necessary. I live on a shoestring, so it doesn't take much money to sustain my lifestyle. If you find my channel beneficial, I get a lot of folks that write and say that my videos relax them and they watch them before bed. I really enjoy reading stuff like that. But again, if you find it beneficial, the one thing that you could do for me, and it would be greatly appreciated, is help me reach my goal with my subscriber list. I'm a long ways from my goal. If I could get every one of my subscribers to get one person to subscribe, that would double my subscriber count. Get 3 or 4 people to subscribe, not only would I reach my goal, I would surpass my goal in no time. In goal fulfillment, conquering my dreams is very, very important to me. So instead of sending monetary donations, just get others to subscribe, and it would be a win-win for us all. That would be fabulous, and I would very, very much appreciate that. So I guess that's it for now, folks. I'm going to wrap it up. It's a beautiful day here. Nice mild day. I got a lot of ducks and geese going. Frogs are serenading me, woodpeckers are hammering away, and I've got a robin building a nest in the nesting box I put on the side of the shed. So life is good, huh? There's a woodpecker hammering away right there. So I guess that's it for now, folks. All the best to you, and God bless.